Hello there, everybody. How are you all doing today? It's time for Nintendo at E3 2013. I'm pretty excited. I have been looking forward to this one quite a bit because this is the first Nintendo Direct where it'll probably actually feel like a Nintendo Direct, right?
Yeah.
So that should be pretty interesting. Uploaded by Nintendo, of course.
Yeah, honestly, I'm kind of curious. I haven't seen any really early Nintendo Directs in a very long time, so I'm kind of curious how it feels compared to the ones we see nowadays.
Yeah, me too, right? I'm really curious. So you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, let me just make sure I have everything good. Everything's looking good. All right. We'll adjust the audio as needed. Oh, what the fuck? No, man, I have it
You
all
have your
set
tab
up.
muted.
It didn't say it was. It does say that now. It didn't say it before. Okay, sorry about that. All right. Redo. It didn't say it was muted. I don't know what was going on with that. I'm actually a little confused, to be honest. Whoops.
Hello, everyone. This is Satoru Iwata from Nintendo. I'm coming to you from a large conference room on the 7th floor of the Nintendo headquarters in Kyoto.
Oh, that is a large conference room.
We will be holding our annual general meetings of shareholders here. Today, we'd like to deliver directly to you updates on games that we will be showing at E3 2013, which starts in Los Angeles in just a few hours. We are broadcasting this Nintendo Direct simultaneously around the world, so thank you for joining us today. First,
and in the future,
please take a look.
We're joining you from the future. Pokemon stuff.
Pokemon X and Y!
Does not represent actual game footage.
No, this is like the intro cutscene that plays on the menu.
Yeah, I can see it.
So see, this wasn't really hype at the time, because this is like our first 3D Pokemon game.
I guess that's true, huh?
Yeah. She's like, oh my god, it's 3D! I do like X and Y, though. I know a lot of people are kind of like, don't like it quite as much. I think it's a decent game. Maybe a bit too easy, but a good game. Pancham!
This is kind of interesting to see, actually.
Yeah.
Boom burst. Interesting.
Yeah, that was kind of like a signature move for Noivern in this gen, I think.
Ooh, fairy type introduction.
Yeah, first new type in a very long time.
18th Pokemon type.
That was the last type to be introduced, right?
Yeah.
It's been over 10 years. Crazy.
Yeah, they mostly did it to balance out Dragon types, because in Gen 5 in particular, they were ridiculously strong.
Another new feature is Pokemon Ami. An exciting way to bond
yeah,
with
you could pet your Pokemon and feed them little cupcake snacks, whatever they call them.
And play with Pokemon.
So he seems very gimmicky.
It is, yeah. I never did a lot of it. I know some people really liked it, though.
Big or small.
Head pat.
You can even copy your Pokemon's actions to make them happier.
Okay, I don't remember doing this.
I don't know, you have to check.
Get ready for the next evolution in Pokemon. Pokemon X and Pokemon Y. Pokemon
Okay. I was like, wait, did they like remove the Y and then like actually throw it in there? But no.
No,
I wasn't paying enough attention to it. Yeah.
That would have been really funny, though.
That would have been like, oh, they made like a whole box art and just like left the X and Y out.
In addition to the new Pokemon and new storyline,
Which, yeah, if they left the X and Y out, that definitely would have been very impressive.
There are a number of new game elements
Yeah.
that have been added. This time, the new Fairy type has been added, and this change will add an additional layer of strategy to your gameplay. Another new feature called Pokemon Ami allows you to build a deeper connection with your Pokemon
Nom,
by
nom,
taking
nom.
care of them. The game includes many new elements and features, which we will be revealing gradually throughout the year. Please stay tuned. Earlier this year, we announced that Pokemon X and Pokemon Y are coming in October, but we can now confirm that both are launching worldwide on October 12th.
Ooh, worldwide launch.
Let's take a look at this.
I got it on launch day.
That's
This
surprise.
was also the first worldwide Pokemon launch too, actually, because they used to come out staggered.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, we're starting to enter the era of worldwide releases.
Yeah.
Because I don't
Also, I've
think many
heard
games do
3D
that
Land is a
anymore.
really fun game.
Yeah, I've heard that too. Go and choose his
Yeah.
catsuit.
I don't think there's a lot of games that do it. Like, I don't know if it's much of a thing anymore, but I know especially during this generation, Atlas was very well known for, like, releasing stuff in America and Japan at the same time, and then it would come to Europe, like, a couple months later.
Interesting.
But I don't know if that still happens. It might be completely worldwide now.
I guess we'll have to see with Persona 6.
Yeah. As far as I know, I think Europe and NA got Persona 5 at the same time. Japan got it like 6 months earlier. That'd be honestly really awesome if they could do a worldwide release for Persona, though. It's just
That would
hard
be.
with so much text.
I mean,
oh,
true.
Toad's Treasure Tracker.
Yeah, because wasn't Toad's Treasure Tracker like a mini game in here, and then they made it its own thing later?
Yeah, it was a minigame in this game, and then eventually, because of the popularity, they made a spin-off on the Wii U.
Yeah. I think I heard it was pretty fun.
Yeah, it's pretty alright. I haven't really played a ton of it. I don't remember if I ended up buying the
What
Switch
you just
version or
saw
not.
is the latest title in the Super Mario 3D action series, Super Mario 3D World. This game represents the next step forward in the new.
You know, I like how in that art they had there, because
Action
Luigi's so
action
tall, his catsuit kind of looks like a frog.
True, you're right.
series,
That is a bit weird.
Super Mario 3D World. This game represents the next step forward in the new style of Mario 3D action games that we first introduced in Super Mario 3D Land for Nintendo 3DS. As you can see, for the first time
Oh, this
in
is
the
3D World on the
Mario
Wii U, not
Mm.
3D Land. Okay, I'm getting them confused. I forgot about 3D World.
the playable characters
I feel like it's
are
easy to get them
Mario,
confused.
Luigi,
Yeah,
Toad.
I mean, it doesn't help that I didn't play them, but...
Each
Yeah.
character has their own unique abilities. Peach, for example, can hover mid-air.
That's kind of cool.
and
bringing that back.
Toad can
Yeah.
run faster than the others. They all have unique personalities that will be familiar to
Yahoo!
those who have played Super Mario Bros. 2 for the NES. Multiplayer mode is as cooperative
That's pretty slick.
or competitive
Yeah.
as you choose to make it.
Bye, Luigi. Always
So
getting
you
screwed
can
over.
enjoy this new 3D
Yeah.
Mario adventure
That's
in
just how
a
it goes.
different way every time you play. There is also an outstanding new power-up in the game, which
The
is
cat
featured
suit.
in the game's logo.
Meow.
It's Cat Mario. Cat Mario can perform new actions like climbing up walls and scratching enemies with his claws.
You know, I just realized, like, when Mario's doing a little dive there, he does, like, a little
The new
Mario
3D
meow!
game, Super Mario
Yeah,
3D
right? It's
World,
pretty funny.
is coming out
I never
in
noticed that
December.
before, that's hilarious.
Let's
Charles
move
Martinet
on
must have
to
had
the
fun with
next
that.
title.
Oh, for
Take a
sure.
look.
Mario Kart. Oh, this is Mario Kart 8?
Yeah, I believe so.
Nice. You know, it's kind of funny that they're, like, fully releasing this here, because, like, I know we got Deluxe, which is technically, like, a different game, but we were essentially playing the same Mario Kart from, like, 10 years ago. Although I do wonder at this point if we're gonna get Mario Kart 9 before the next Switch comes out. I assume probably not at this point.
Probably not. Mario Kart 9 will probably come out with the new console.
True. I guess it's been long enough. It could be a launch game. That would be pretty hype.
Yeah, it would be pretty hype. Watchin.
Dude, I love Yoshi's little dumb quips like that.
Yeah, they're pretty funny.
Please, Nintendo, give us more Yoshi.
I mean, maybe one day. Maybe they'll bring back Yoshi's Island.
Maybe. Because I know they gave us, like, Yoshi's Woolly World, but that feels a little different to me. I don't know. I've just always really liked Yoshi.
He is pretty good.
Yeah.
Was always one of my mom's favorites, too.
Yeah.
The name of the new Mario Kart game we are creating for Wii U is Mario Kart 8. In Mario Kart 8, we have implemented the mechanic of anti-gravity within the courses. With this key new feature, Mario and his friends can...
You know, it's kind of funny, actually, how, like, yeah, I guess we have been on Mario Kart 8 for a really long time, huh? Like,
yeah.
Unless you want to count, like, Deluxe and stuff as, like, its own version. I mean, it has more to it, yeah, but, you know, it's still technically not a new Mario Kart.
I mean, it's essentially the same game, just extra content, especially with the course pass or whatever it was, the booster pass.
Yeah.
But, like, yeah, it's essentially the same game for 10 years.
Mario Kart 8 will offer the best collection of online multiplayer modes that the series has seen yet. This time,
it's kind of crazy, actually.
Racing with other players,
yeah,
but also sharing the fun of Mario Kart with others worldwide over Amiibos.
I do find it crazy, though, like, even after all this time, the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is still selling so many copies, like, over time.
Next,
oh, yeah.
The latest installment in the Wii Party series.
Like, maybe it's just because we haven't got a new Mario Kart, but I just feel like we're just constantly getting new players.
Not only standard board games, but also
a
number of party games.
I don't remember if I ever played this.
See, I've seen this one, but I haven't played it either, but I've seen it.
It will have 80 different brand new mini-games and what we are calling tabletop mini-games, which you can play with just the gamepad. We are hoping for Wii Party U.
That's really weird.
Definitive party game, which is accessible.
It's like, why is this in Mario Kart? I don't understand.
It's not.
Oh, it's not?
It's its own game. It's
okay.
Wii Party U?
Yeah. Wii Party U. Okay, I thought he was saying it was in Mario Kart. I'm like, that's so weird.
Being developed for release this summer. However, we'd like to
I feel when we're like
to continue to watch
12 minutes in and Megan's already lost the plot.
No.
Also,
I just may be a little tired. Don't mind me.
Understandable.
Unless you switch games.
WiiU will be launching within the spring and summer seasons. However, we have decided to create new features that will result in as high quality and experience as possible, including those using the new fit meter, so the development has required more time.
Okay.
After
understandable
the WiiU launch, we couldn't release games as smoothly as we had planned. To those of you that have been eagerly awaiting these titles, I appreciate your patience. Here is the new launch timing for Wii Party U and Wii Fit U. As I mentioned,
it's still not too bad.
Nintendo Direct,
yeah.
We are seeing incredibly high quality drawings on Miiverse from users.
I still find it crazy how people are able to draw like that on Miiverse, man.
It is pretty crazy.
We had no idea that Miiverse would be used
no Yoshi.
in this way before we launched
yeah,
WiiU.
they introduced it as like a fun little tool. They weren't expecting people to go this hard with it.
Yeah, right. They did go pretty crazy.
With more complete drawing tools. We asked our development team.
I don't know. I just have to wonder
software
like how much
that
time a
will
lot of
help
that
us
stuff took
answer
for
this
them.
question. Here it
You
is.
know, it's kind of crazy too. Like, and those people are actually like kind of immortalized in this Nintendo Direct now.
Development for WiiU,
Yeah.
but we are not yet close to completing this software. On the other hand, we noticed what is happening on Miiverse and decided it was worthwhile to provide a new drawing tool by taking some features from the new game and release it in advance as a special version.
That's really
just
cool,
for Miiverse
actually.
artists.
That is.
This new software allows users to post drawings.
See, I don't
to
remember
Miiverse
Art Academy,
using
but I
aspects
mean,
of this
assuming
new
the full
Art
game
Academy
came
icon.
out, maybe we should pick that up
This
sometime.
drawing tool will be
I mean, maybe.
available
It does
from
look
the
like they
Nintendo
have
eShop
actually a bit of a series.
this summer.
Yeah, because I know they have a
You
few
will
games,
be
and they have like the
able to
Pokemon Art
use
Academy
pencil,
game I've been
color
looking to get a
pencils,
physical copy of
and
at some
pastels
point. I just
as you
am
draw
waiting to see if it will
directly
go
on
down
the
in price
gamepad
at all.
screen and
Yeah.
post your creations to
Because it's
Miiverse.
like $95, and I'm like, it's a little much. Oh, nice.
We hope that you will continue to surprise us by creating and posting such great drawings with this software. We will announce
Alright, that's
additional
cool.
details in the future,
Yeah.
including a specific launch date and price. Nintendo has always appreciated the support of our third-party partners. The user experience on WiiU and Nintendo 3DS is richer due to the combination of software from Nintendo and these publishers and developers. Our strong partnerships are certainly evident through the titles scheduled to launch this year. Let's take a look at what our partners have been working on.
Ooh, Black Flag.
That's Creed 4. Okay, I didn't know that came to Wii U as well. I thought it was just Assassin's Creed 3. Oh, and Origins. Huh. Deus Ex. Oh, that's kind of cool.
That's kind of cool. Just seeing if how many of these were actually like ported over to the Wii U. Not that I think they'd lie. I just know some of them didn't. Like with Aliens, Colonial Marines.
I mean, yeah, they'll get canceled at some point. I wouldn't be surprised if at least some of these are.
I mean,
Legends again.
At least for the ones I've looked up, they did come out.
Okay.
Which is good. Like, I figured Deus Ex might not, but no, that one's there.
That's interesting.
Well of a singer. Nice, go Batman.
There's a lot of games in here from Warner Brothers, huh?
Yeah. Disney's Planes.
And Disney.
Shin Megami Tensei
SMT4. I need to actually play that. Skylanders Swap Force. Oh, I remember seeing these in GameStop because the whole gimmick is that you could buy these figures and like you could switch the top and bottom with them to create new guys for the game.
Yeah. And Spyro.
And Spyro.
He's there. They didn't forget about him at this point.
No.
Oh, I heard Lost World was pretty bad. I heard.
Lost World did come out, yeah.
But yeah, it did come out. I just heard it was pretty bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Megan trying to think. I didn't think this came out. I know enough about Sonic.
I just thought that's why you paused it. I don't know if Watch Dogs came out.
I mean, to be fair, if I didn't know if it came out and I heard it was pretty bad, I'd be really surprised that a game that didn't come out was bad.
Well, I mean, more didn't come out on the Wii U.
Oh, didn't it only come out on Wii U?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Watch Dogs did come out on the Wii U.
Wow, really? I thought that would have got canceled for sure.
See, Sonic Lost Worlds.
That we see from our many independent developers.
Let's
take a look at the selection of games.
Yes, Lost Worlds, I believe at the time only came out on Wii U.
Okay.
It came out on Windows later, but like 2015 later.
Huh.
Cloud Warrior Kingdom is pretty cool.
DuckTales Remastered.
Very nice.
Huh.
Huh. That's interesting.
So it's like a beat 'em up D&D game?
I suppose.
New and tasty. Nice. Huh.
Shovel Knight, good game.
I do have that one on Wii U, actually.
Oh, do you? Oh, okay. Interesting.
I originally bought it to play it on Wii U because I wanted something to play on my console, and then I just never got around to playing it.
Such a good game,
But
too.
Yeah, but I bought it digitally, so... Huh.
Interesting.
I can't say I've ever seen that
Keflins.
game.
Next is the latest information about the Wii U version of The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker.
Ooh.
In
Oh, nice.
January Nintendo
Please
Direct,
port this to
the
Switch.
game's producer, Mr. Aonuma, demonstrated
It looks like World of Keflings did pretty good.
and HD graphics are
Oh, really?
a very
Okay.
good match.
As the 360 version
That's
as
why
well.
we decided to return to this game world on Wii U.
Interesting.
Today, we have
Oh, I guess it
prepared
came out on
this
360 first.
video. Please take a look.
2010.
Ah.
Huh.
Okay.
Yeah, so Wind Waker Remastered. So this is one of those games where... I don't know, man. I feel like I gotta be like at least a little elitist. I don't know why. Like, because I know they changed enough, right? They made the game like I don't know how else to put it other than like less tedious in a way. But I don't know. I feel like right? Because I mean, they got rid of the need to look for Triforce treasure maps or something, right? It's something like that.
I can't say I didn't play enough of it.
Okay, well, I'll pause here and just explain quickly, I guess.
Yeah, okay.
So in the original Wind Waker, from what I remember, you get to a point in the game where it's like, okay, well now you need to go to like the final area, but to get there,
Yeah.
you need to find, pieces of the Triforce or something like that. I think, right? I could be misremembering. I know you
Okay.
got to find something, and the thing is,
Okay.
you got to find like, I think you get treasure maps, and then you got to go into. You got to find where they are, like, on the world map, right? By looking at the treasure map and figuring out, like, oh, they're by these islands, right? And then you go there, and then you got to, like, attach your little, like, treasure grabbing claw, and then you got to have it go down and pick up something. But you can very easily miss it, right? So you got to be, like, really precise with where you are if you're going to, like, grab it. So you could be in the right area, but be just, like, a tiny bit off, and then you're not going to get it, right? So then you might think, okay, well, maybe it's not here. So am I wrong? And then you might maybe, go someplace else or something, right? But I heard in the remaster that they got rid of needing to do that. I don't know how, right? But there's a part of me that goes like, well, I don't know. It's kind of, a part of the game. I didn't really hate it that much, to be honest, from what I recall.
Okay.
But I heard they got rid of that.
Yeah, because I think they had a similar mechanic in Phantom Hourglass where you pull up the treasure like that, but I don't remember if it was anything like that was required by it. I think it was mostly just like extra stuff. And I don't think it was quite that tedious. I think the maps kind of gave you a really good idea of where you needed to go.
Yeah, like if anybody, like if I'm incorrect, somebody can let me know. Because I mean, I haven't played Wind Waker since it came out, I'm pretty sure. So I could be, and I only played it once as well. So, I could very easily be misremembering. But,
What you just saw was the Legend of Zelda.
I do remember a lot of people not liking that particular bit. And I know they got rid of it in the remaster, I'm pretty sure.
Version of the Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker features.
But there's a part of me that thinks like, I don't know, that was kind of part of the game. But maybe it's just because I did have to do it. I'm not really too sure. Like I can acknowledge that this is probably the better version of the game, though. Right?
Yeah.
we think that
You just kind of
we
sound like the
improve
boomers
visual.
from the States were
The
like,
game looks
oh, I
and
paid
looks
for college
like
debt, so
gold.
everyone else should have
The
to
story
too.
of The Legend of Zelda
I mean, the
You
only
know?
difference is this is
takes
somewhat
place
fun, you know?
on the open
Not like
sea.
college debt.
I know, but it's like the same kind of attitude. You're like, oh, I had to suffer playing this game, so everyone else should too.
And explore
Well, see, I mean, the thing is, I didn't even, like, I don't remember, but I don't think I had that much of a problem with it. I think I only heard, like, a bunch of other people did. But I also liked sailing in this game. But I know a lot of people found sailing tedious. Yeah, because
That's
you got,
fair.
like, the speedy sail or something in the
Yeah.
remaster as well, I think, right?
Yeah.
Which is the other thing. To me, I liked sailing in the game. I really liked sailing. I thought the sailing aspect was really enjoyable, comfy, right?
Yeah.
Like I can understand why people didn't like it, but I'm like, oh man, yeah, I'm going to this new island. Oh, cool. You know, who knows if I might come across anything neat along the way, right? Hey, Tingle.
That's true.
The player received
Oh,
an item
cursed.
called the Tingle Tuner from the series' familiar character Tingle, which allowed
Yeah.
to connect
Because, like,
the
when I
game
played
with
Phantom
the Game
Hourglass,
Boy
I remember the
Advance
sailing
system
being
to
okay,
experience
but it
assisted
was
play
quite a bit different from
from
Wind
another
Waker.
player.
You kind of just, like, drew
Of
a
course,
thing on the
WiiU
map, and
isn't
your ship would
capable
kind of just
of
follow the
linking
route.
with Game Boy
Yeah,
And, like,
it
you
is a
could
fair bit
shoot your
different.
cannons and stuff and defend yourself, but, like, there wasn't really a ton of other gameplay to it. It was just kind of tedious at times.
Once you receive the Tingle borrowed item from Tingle, you can start posting on Miiverse. It's like putting a message in a bottle and throwing it into the ocean.
That's kind of cool.
Through this new
Yeah, I do
feature,
remember actually,
comments
like, looking
posted
through
on
this, because of,
Miiverse
like,
will
oh, people give
show
me
up
tips
on
and stuff through
shore
Miiverse. I thought it was kind of
other
cool at the
players'
time.
pages. You can even attach a screenshot.
Yeah, but I think
from
this
the
is neat in
game
particular where, like, you're throwing the
before
bottle in the
players
water,
will
right?
use
Like, I think that in
the feature
particular is pretty
to
cool.
connect with others.
Yeah, I love the way they
Get
did
the
it.
most enjoyment out of the game. The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker HD will be released in October. Next
Yeah,
up
because when I
is
bought
the
my
game
WiiU,
we
I
will
actually
launch
bought the Wind
before The
Waker
Legend of
edition,
Zelda: The
which
Wind
is pretty
Waker
cool. It's
HD.
got, like, gold
It's
decals
the
and stuff on the
wonderful
gamepad.
101
Like,
from Platinum
it's pretty
Games
interesting.
and Mr.
That is pretty cool.
Hideki Kamiya.
See, Wonderful 101 was a very
This
unique
is an
game, and,
action
like,
game where
since
a
then
group
it's
of
got ported to
heroes
other
and
stuff
their
because of
leader
Kickstarter,
Wanderer
but,
will
like,
battle
it was a
against
very unique
Space
game.
Invader
You
group
control, like, a
that
mass
gets
of dudes,
who
and
have
you do,
started
like,
to
different
attack
combat
Earth.
scenarios and fight. Like, it's really weird, really quirky.
See, I'd be interested in playing it. Yeah, I've heard of it, but I've never actually seen any gameplay.
Yeah.
Because,
Because, like, I don't know how this plays on other stuff, because, like, when I backed the Kickstarter, I got it on PS4, so that's the way I have it, but I heard on the Wii U in particular, because you could draw on the gamepad, it was very interesting.
A bigger symbol on the screen means more heroes will unite.
I see.
And the Unite morph will be
Yeah.
more powerful. At the in-game shop, the player can purchase and add.
Yeah, because this
Unite
game was
Morph.
done by Platinum Games, and, like, it was really unique for the time. I don't know if it sold super well, though.
Players can
but
acquire and use additional
I don't know. It's
Unite
kind of a
Morph
shame we
powers
never got, like,
as
a
they
sequel, but I kind of
such as
understand it, you know?
Unite Gap, which
I mean, it
reflects
seems
enemy
like one of those kind of
stats.
games where, like, yeah, it's not really gonna draw, like, a crowd
In this game,
that'll
Yeah.
want to play it. It seems very weird and quirky, which,
Yeah.
let's be fair, usually are very fun, but not something that draws in, like, your average, like, player, right?
Yeah.
Of heroes and battle together.
I mean, they're appealing to that niche of people who like interesting experiences or different experiences, and, like, I don't know. I think personally, like, trying to cater to a niche like that is better than trying to be, like, wide appeal.
Dedicated to the wonderful 101.
Just doesn't always
Next
translate
is
to
the
sales,
title that
unfortunately.
we are announcing for the first time in this Nintendo Direct. First, please watch this video.
Okay, I will.
Oh, is this Tropical Freeze?
I believe so. Hey.
Nice. I didn't realize that came out so quickly after Donkey Kong Country Returns.
Apparently it did. That's interesting. Ooh. The jelly.
Yeah. No, I've heard this game is quite excellent. I haven't actually got around to playing it. I do eventually want to get a copy of the Switch version. I've just been kind of putting it off.
Oh yeah.
The video you are watching is from the latest installment of the Donkey Kong Country series we are creating for Wii U. Donkey Kong Country is a side-scrolling platforming series which is known for its dynamic actions and creative stage design.
You know, I do kind of wonder when we're gonna get another like Donkey Kong game.
Donkey Kong and his friends Donkey Kong Island.
Because this was the last one, right?
From the North Sea.
Yeah, because they did the HD port on Switch, but I don't think they've done anything since.
Yeah.
An adventure to 5 other
I wonder what they'd do. I wonder if they'd keep it side-scrolling, or if they'd try to get, you know, creative again.
They'd probably keep it as a side-scroller.
Like, for the best, to be honest. I don't really know if 3D Donkey Kong really works super well.
Yeah, they had a good formula with the 2D side-scrolling, and I mean, as long as they can make it creative enough, I feel like people would play it. I'd be curious to see them try something else. I'm just not entirely sure what would work with Donkey Kong.
In addition to the side view, depending on the stage, the camera
I don't think they'd ever do it, but it'd be interesting if they made like a Metroidvania.
That would be interesting.
I'm just not really sure how you would upgrade Donkey Kong.
See, we might be in a period where maybe you could try like another Donkey Kong 64 type situation.
Yeah.
But I don't know, because like from what I remember, that game was good. It just had you redo a lot of things constantly, which is what made it not as fun.
It was good, but yeah, a lot of the tedium came to the collectibles, really. So like, if they did a similar type 3D platformer, I feel like it'd probably do well. As long as they cut down on the tedium.
Yeah, like cut down on tedium, but then they can bring back my boy Chunky Kong and Lanky Kong, which I'm all about.
I mean, we got Funky Kong, so...
I mean, that's true, but
surprised.
But Funky was not in Donkey Kong 64. Well, he might have been, but he wasn't one of the playable characters.
We released for this game.
Yeah.
You weren't able to see
was Funky Kong in DK64? Let me see.
Platinum Games
I want to say he is.
Another trailer
Admittedly, I don't remember a lot about the game because when we played it, we mostly played the multiplayer together. So.
I don't know. I'm kind of curious now. I don't remember him. No, he was. Where was he in 64? Yo, Bayonetta 2, I still need to play it.
Yeah, so this game was actually kind of in a unique situation because Platinum Games was kind of looking for someone to help fund Bayonetta 2. But, like, no one really wanted to take him up on it, aside from Nintendo, surprisingly. So, they ended up making it a Wii U exclusive because Nintendo partially funded it as well.
Yeah, which I think is fair.
Yeah, but it was kind of interesting. Like, I don't know if I'll mention it here, but, like, the launch copies of the game actually came with a disc copy of Bayonetta 1 for the Wii U as well, which was kind of cool.
You know, yeah, I do remember that, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bayonetta is such a good game. I'm sure Bayonetta 2 is, like, really good as well.
Oh yeah, I've heard Bayonetta 2 is excellent. I haven't got around to playing any of them yet. I don't know much about Bayonetta 3, but that's the newest one.
Yeah, I think I heard it was probably okay.
Yeah, I think Bayonetta 2 is still considered the best in the series, but one day I'll play them.
Yeah. I'd love to see you play Bayonetta, like, well, Bayonetta.
Yeah.
It's, you know, so good. Like, I don't remember if it was during one of the E3 things, but it's one of those cases where, like, the character is over-sexualized, but I'm, like, I don't think that's,
what did you think?
Like, bad. Because, like I said before, right, a character that's, like, overly sexualized, I think can be a bit much sometimes, right?
Yeah.
Where it kind of gets like, oh, really? But, you know, but with Bayonetta, it's like, it's part of her character, so I'm perfectly, like, fine with it, right? It seems like it makes sense.
Yeah, because, like, I think it's okay if it's part of their character, or, like, if the tone of the game is to the point where it's like, okay, it's kind of alright to be this goofy. I think Bayonetta 2 does a really good job of that.
We'll be able to share more information about her abilities once E3 begins.
Yeah, I'll play that eventually. I'll get around to it. I want to replay Bayonetta 1, though.
Next, please take a look at this video.
Oh, this is Xenoblade Chronicles X, isn't it?
Okay.
Now, this is a very interesting RPG that kind of came out on Wii U. It is a very long game. Apparently, it's really good, but it actually surprisingly never got ported along with the other Xenoblade games, which I find kind of interesting.
Really? So it's on Wii U only?
Yeah.
Xenoblade Chronicles... Yeah. Xenoblade Chronicles X, you said?
Yeah. Yeah, because I don't know a ton about it, because I kind of started playing it, but I didn't get too far into it. I played maybe like an hour or two when it came out. But I know a lot of people really like this game, and they really... It's one of the Wii U exclusives I think people are trying to get. It's just very expensive, I think.
Interesting. So we might need to spend a lot of money for this one.
Well, no, I have it.
If we have to get it. Oh, you have it? Okay, good.
Yeah, I got it on launch, but kind of funny story is I pre-ordered it on Amazon and like, I don't know how it happened. Someone clearly messed up where they changed the lowest price on it to be like $17. So I got it on launch with tax for about $20.
Oh wow, that's really impressive. You got quite the steal.
Yeah, I've only had that kind of thing happen once in a while. Usually it's like, oh, maybe it's like $10 cheaper, but that was like the lowest price reduction I'd ever saw.
By Mr. Tetsuya Takahashi's team at Monolith Soft. The goal is to create a large-scale open world that players can explore seamlessly. The team is using their experience from creating Xenoblade to make this goal a reality. We hope that this video you have just seen has given...
Well, yeah, maybe one day they'll port it. I don't know if it has like any features on the Wii U that makes it very difficult to port. There could be a reason why it's never been done, but yeah.
That appear in the trailer.
Yeah, like the trailer seems really good. I will say that.
They will even fly in
yeah.
The trailer's got me intrigued. But yeah, I don't know. There probably is something that makes it hard to port.
Yeah, if anyone in the comments knows like more specifically maybe why it'd be harder to port, I would have to guess that maybe it's like functionality with the touchpad. It's just kind of a shame it never got ported. Oh, Smash Bros!
Classic. Oh, he gets his letter. That's right.
I kind of forgot this is how they did the introduction of him.
Yeah, me too.
Look at him go.
So I'm gonna pause it here very briefly because just looking it up as to why they haven't ported Xenoblade Chronicles X.
Yeah.
So they said they haven't ported Xenoblade X because they it's far too expensive for them to justify that, and apparently they'd have to change the story in order to make it make sense with the rest of the series, like if it is connected.
Okay.
So that's kind of why I guess they're saying that it will never get ported.
Okay.
So that's interesting.
That's
so I guess it's kind of like its own little thing, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know why they'd have to change the story. I don't know if the fans would necessarily care that it's its own series.
I mean...
Or it's its own game and like its own universe.
They probably feel like that if they did port it, it would have to be related to the universe, and like that's not necessarily true. I can understand being an expensive prospect, and I don't know, maybe one day they'll change their mind on it, or we'll get some kind of sequel to it, because I don't know how different it is, but... Oh, is this Spirit Tracks level? I forgot about that.
I mean, it's kind of true, actually. If they do a thing where it's like, yo, Xenoblade Chronicles X2, then they might have, like, a justification to port it. So then we're like, oh,
yeah.
X is, like, in the X series. Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense, right?
Yeah. But yeah, I can kind of understand why they wouldn't port it because of cost. But yeah, I don't really get why they would have to change the story. But obviously I'm not familiar with either of them, so I don't know how different they really are.
Yeah. to be fair, I could kind of see that. Because honestly, I didn't even know the Xenoblade games all took place in the same universe. Or same world or whatever. Story, you know?
See, I knew 1, 2, and 3 did, but I couldn't remember how X worked.
But, you know, that almost seems like it might just be a very, like... I don't know, maybe like kind of like Japanese company kind of thing, right?
Maybe.
Where it's like, you know, they don't want to disappoint the fans or something, so they're trying to stick to like what the fans know, maybe. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, they're probably trying to make the story cohesive with the world they've built, and they probably feel like if they go back that it has to connect to the current games because the fans would really want that, right?
Potentially. So I paused it here because I forgot they had 2 separate versions of it. I think they did say that last E3, but I forgot about it. But I think it's kind of cool, actually.
Because they are actually pretty different. Like, there is like a different mode on the 3DS. I don't remember what it's called, but yeah, it's more like a mini game thing, I think, where you go through like different rooms and challenges, almost kind of like a roguelike, if I'm not mistaken. And like, I don't know, I thought it was kind of interesting. I never really played the 3DS version, but I've heard people really like it, and it's different enough from the Wii U version that you could have both and be justified if you wanted.
I mean, interesting. Was this one bad? I don't remember. I think one of them wasn't seen as super great. I don't know if it was this one or the other one.
I think it's Brawl you're thinking of. I don't think Smash 4 was considered bad, but at least early on they did have some balance issues. Because, like, I don't remember if it started right at launch, but I do remember, like, hearing about it online that Diddy Kong in Smash 4 was, like, insanely broken for a very long time. But they eventually balanced it and changed it, and they released some DLC characters. Like, they released Bayonetta, they released Mewtwo. I think there was a couple other ones that they released. But I think overall Smash 4 is considered good.
Okay. I can't really say I've never played it. I just thought I heard people didn't like it, but I could just be wrong.
The only bad thing I remember about it in particular was the online servers were really not good because it was peer-to-peer.
Yeah, but that's Nintendo for you, though. Like, back then, at least.
I know, but it's, like, even worse than it is nowadays. Like, it was really, really bad.
Yeah, that Donkey Kong looks really different to me. That's very different looking DK.
He's very fluffy.
Very fluffy, and his head's, like, pointed kind of weird. He kind of reminds me of, like, how Donkey Kong kind of looks in the Mario movie, actually.
True, that is true.
That's kind of weird, actually. Like, it's neat. Like, I don't hate the design. I just think it's interesting.
Oh, it's Mega Man!
Yeah. Or Rockman if you're from Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go, Mega Man. One day, maybe we'll get Mega Man Legends 3.
Yeah, I do know people really didn't like the Wily stage that came with him, because I guess there's, like, random mechanics that make it just really not fun to play on.
Okay. Interesting.
But I didn't play a lot of Smash 4, so I don't quite remember. Knocks the coins right out of him. Okay, that's funny.
Oh, Crash Man. You gotta love how it's like the classic Mega Man robots too. I don't know about Hard Man.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not all the classic ones because Gutsman was. I think was Gutsman 2. I don't remember.
I do like how all of his moves are kind of based on like different power-ups he got from bosses, though.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Ah, nice.
We will open the official Smash Bros. Website and
Newcomer Villager
after the conclusion of this Nintendo Direct. So I hope you check them out. Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo 3DS and Super Smash Bros. For Wii U will be released in 2014. Soon, E3 2013 will officially start. Our booth isn't open just yet, but for those of you watching now, I'd like to give you a sneak peek. I'm here in the
What with the booth?
Nintendo's E3 booth at LA.
Man, it's kind of like going on the show floor already. We're there.
Tuesday at noon.
Yeah.
We are filming this on Monday LA time, so the booth isn't done yet. Please think of this as taking an inside look backstage. Earlier
Ooh.
this year, we announced that we are not going to be doing a presentation like we did in previous years, and there were news articles that said Nintendo is not going to E3, which is not true.
Yeah, they did get pretty crazy with that.
Is as big as previous years.
I mean, like,
Now,
if Nintendo actually like
show
completely
those
missed
of
out
you
on E3
watching
at this
this
point, that would have been
Nintendo
really big news. Because it's
sneak
like, oh, it's
peek
one of the
of a
major
small
competitors
part
won't
of
be there
our
this
booth.
year.
I mean, it would have been, but you know how like news is though. They, especially gaming, like news and journalism, they ran with like, oh, they're not doing a presentation. Well, they're not at E3 then,
Just for
because
Wii,
like
Yeah.
you know, directs were
21.
very new. Nobody really knew, you know,
See the
like.
Nintendo 3DS demonstration right
Yeah.
over here.
Like I mean, like I say, they did some, but I think you know they're still relatively new. So it's like, oh well, yeah, they're not gonna do like a presentation with. I'll look at Luigi cleaning it up.
I know he's doing good.
You can see signs of our
But yeah,
games
it's
on
like
display.
you know
Attendees can play Super
they're
Mario
not
3D
doing
World
like stuff at E3, therefore they're not gonna be
and
there.
Mario Kart 8.
Sensationalism,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah,
Shall
the
we go
press
to
likes
the
to
picnic
exaggerate.
area?
Yeah, it's kind of
That's
just to do
pretty
this tour through here with like very few people in here.
Yeah, right.
I'm standing in front of the Pikmin section.
Thanks a lot. I didn't know that.
In the new game,
No,
we
really?
have a break, and there are 3 new player characters. Here we see Alf.
Not to disrespect Iwata, I just thought that was you know
They
kind
are
of funny.
made so attendee can
Just
Yeah.
very casually walks in front of Pikmin thing. I am standing in front of the Pikmin area.
Many
like,
attendees
yes,
will
thanks.
play
Yeah.
our games here.
I do like
I'm
how he
sure
has the little
there will
yellow
be many
Pikmin pin on
people
his suit,
reporting
though.
about their
Yeah.
experiences.
It's very
I
nice.
hope
It must be his
we
favorite.
look forward to them too. To those of you in North America, you can play
Yo,
some
Best
of the
Buy.
games at
Ah,
select
Best Buy
locations.
experience.
For more details, please look at our website. Thank you for watching.
And that's it. Okay. Yeah, it's a very quick, very concise, you know. Didn't even have
Yeah.
to pause that much. So what did you
No.
think of this very different E3 presentation?
I mean, you can definitely tell with the fact that he's like recording in the conference room and talking to the camera, and even like some of the transitions and stuff. Like, you can tell this is a very early version of the Nintendo Direct.
Mm-hmm.
Because obviously the new one, it has the green screen, it's very flashy. Admittedly, I kind of miss Iwata talking to us.
Yeah, same.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
But other than that, like, it was pretty close to what we would get nowadays, aside from like having a little bit less narration, like it's a trailer.
Yeah, right.
But
And
overall,
they don't-
I thought it was a good presentation.
Yeah, and they don't have the Nintendo Direct guy where it's like, and now. Yeah,
yeah.
like you know how when they transition where it's like, and you have like the dude and he like says he does like a little quip like, "Whoa, guess who's coming to dinner today?" And then it shows like a video game about dinner or something, but like making food. You know,
Yeah.
like something like that, right? Like they don't have that guy yet. I wonder when he shows up because I do like him. He's just a disembodied voice, but I think it's fun.
I mean, I don't recall exactly when he came up. I wouldn't be surprised if they kind of started using him after Iwata passed away and they stopped doing like the segments with the heads of Nintendo quite as much.
Maybe I could see that. Wonder who that guy is.
I don't
wonder
know,
who he
like
is,
he's
actually.
probably getting paid decent money.
I mean, probably. I would do that. I'd do it. Just like say, it's like here's your quips. All right, cool. It says your quips. Gets like $100,000. Moves on. Yeah. See you in a couple
Okay, I
months.
know voice actors aren't paid that well, but it's probably decent enough. But yeah, overall I thought it was a good presentation. I'm debating in my head if it beats Sony or not this year.
I don't know. It is pretty hard. Cause like it showed good stuff. but at the same time, nothing super wowie. But like, it's also short and concise, right? Like it didn't waste my time, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm
Like,
trying to like weigh it.
Yeah, because it showed a lot of really good trailers, a lot of very iconic games nowadays, a lot of stuff that people would have been really hyped for back in the day, like Wind Waker HD, the Mario game, Pokemon. And it also, like, we still had, like, for lack of a better phrase, the one-on-one talk with Iwata. It felt very personable, but it didn't feel like they were necessarily wasting your time. So I think I'm probably going to give it to Nintendo.
It's such a toughie. Because you're...
Like, they're very close.
They're close. And, like, the thing is, you're, like... You gotta compare something traditional versus something new. Right? Something very different from what we've been seeing.
Yeah, because, I mean, they have very different presentations. Like, you can tell this is more of, like, a personal and, like, low-budget type thing versus Sony's show that kind of just felt like it was supposed to be a concert or something.
Yeah, right?
So, like, I don't know. I guess it depends on what you would want to see in E3. I don't necessarily care about the theatrics as much, so, like, that's kind of why I'm leaning towards Nintendo. Plus, I may be a little biased because it has a lot of games that I like. But Sony had a good presentation, too. Like, I would say they're really close this year. Microsoft is the only one that's, like, not anywhere near.
So I think... I think I am actually going to give it to Nintendo by a little bit. And I'll tell you why, right?
Okay.
It was shorter, which I'm not going to lie. For anybody that's watched E3, like, live, you sit down for, like, a good 3 hours. You get kind of tired, right?
Yeah.
Now, granted, this wouldn't have been on the same day as the other two. I don't remember. I think Microsoft and Sony did happen on the same day. I think. I think Nintendo was the one that was on the off day. So you get pretty tired, like sitting down and watching like 3-4 hours worth of conference, and it's like you might not be excited, you might be bored. Now the thing with this though, what I'm trying to get at here, is it's short, but I feel like it gave me the same amount of games that the other ones gave me. But like with less of the boring stuff in between, right? Like,
yeah, I can agree with that.
And like, is it like, did it blow me away? Like, I mean, for the time, even for the time, to be honest with you, probably not as much. But like, because I wasn't playing Pokemon back then. I didn't really play that many Mario games at this point. Seeing Donkey Kong was kind of cool, and Wind Waker HD, I would have remembered being pretty neat to see.
Yeah.
Same with Bayonetta 2 and Smash. But, for a lot of people, like you said, this would have been pretty good. Like, Pokemon, that's pretty crazy. Wind Waker, Mario, right? Mario Kart, Mario Land. World? Which one? 2D
Super
World?
Mario World.
Yeah. Okay, whichever one it is. The one with Cat Suit Mario. People would have definitely been excited for that. So, yeah, I think Nintendo gets it. And, let's be fair. There's a reason every other company started to copy this format, right?
Yeah.
It just worked, other companies still had presentations at E3, but I wouldn't have been surprised if they did eventually just like pull out, right? Before E3 even died, right? Hell, maybe E3 was even dying, maybe because they got some word that, well, maybe the other two will just kind of start doing their own little, their own little directs, right? So,
yeah,
the format works. It's really solid. It's short, concise, shows you all the same amount of games that you'd normally see. And, in a boon to the people doing it, no technical difficulties, right?
Yeah,
if they have that,
very slick.
Yeah, because if you have that, you just edit it out. You just do another take, right? You say something dumb or silly, we can just do a reshoot, right? We can just redo that one. Yeah, it takes some of the fun out of it, and plus there's no Reggie, this year, which is a bit of a shame.
That is true. Yeah, we know Reggie.
Like, I love Iwata, but obviously, you know, I would have definitely missed Reggie at this time. Now, as we can see in 2015, we're going to get Reggie again. So it's not like he's gone from these, right? But yeah, I think, I do think it goes to Nintendo. I'm sorry, I'm kind of rambling on here, but I think, you know, I'm making at least some good points, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, goes to Nintendo. Sony would have came fairly close second, I think. But that's mostly because, like, I like the PS4. I really like that they dabbed on Microsoft for their silly decisions, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, we're starting to see Microsoft on the decline. Sony gonna be holding firm. Nintendo going in a different direction. This is quite the interesting period for video games.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know. I like we wouldn't record it presumably, but I might even be kind of curious to check out the old Pokemon Direct and just kind of see how that's even changed. Have you like nostalgia for it and be like, oh, look at this? Oh, I remember when that Pokemon came out.
I'm just trying to think like when they would have started the first Pokemon Directs. I guess it might have been like around this time.
I mean, it might have even been this one right here, to be honest. X and Y.
I mean, maybe.
I don't know. Maybe we'll check that out. Probably not recorded, only because like it's not part of E3, and yeah, I don't really think that people would care. If you guys care, let us know. We'll do it. But I assume most people probably wouldn't care just for like, oh yeah, this is like classic Pokemon Direct.
Probably, yeah.
So, yeah. All right. So yeah, Nintendo wins this year. What do you guys think? I'd be curious to hear what everybody else thought. Maybe you guys didn't really like the Nintendo version of their E3 presentation. Maybe you did prefer the more kind of movie-like, you know, grandiose thing that Sony did. Or maybe you like the fact that Microsoft, you know, talked about, you know, holding your games hostage, basically, right? Maybe you prefer that kind of stuff. I know they didn't talk about that, but we all knew. We all knew about it at the time.
True.
And also TV with the Xbox One reveal, at the very least. God, I still thought that was such a weak thing for the Xbox One. Anyway, I guess that's it, right, Megan?
Yeah.
All right, so I guess we'll be moving on to the show floor, if there is one. If there isn't, we'll be moving straight on to 2014. But for now, I guess, thank you very much, everybody, for watching. We hope you all enjoyed. But for now, it is time we cue the outro. Excuse me. So frag out, and we shall catch you guys later.
Bye.